Hello. Well, my name is Joy Rentz, and I am a future executive senior sales director with Mary Kay. And I just want to thank you so much for supporting your beauty consultant and for being a brand ambassador for her. Just listening to her while she is excited about starting something new. Um, I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my personal journey. But what I do want to say too is that, wow, life has changed for so many of us. I know that in March of 2020, life changed for everybody, didn't it? And so, in the face of the pandemic, all of a sudden, everything that we ever learned and everything that we ever knew was different. Mary Kay's been in business at this point, as of the time of this recording, 57 years. And so I had always had a way that I had worked my business and ways that I had taught my unit, my girls, my consultants to work their business. And so all of a sudden now everyone is at home. And, we've done business face to face and we were taught to do it nose to nose and knees to knees and to build relationships. And so in March, when the pandemic hit, I have to tell you, it made me a little bit nervous for just a minute. But you know what? I have learned in my personal 30 years with Mary Kay that we are always right on time. Whatever the world throws at us, with the training that we have, we're just prepared, we're ready. And so we did this really abrupt pivot, and we learned that we were ready better than any other time that we had been in any time in our career. And we started doing virtual appointments and working live from home. And so I'm just excited to tell you that over these last 5 months since the pandemic hit, my personal area has grown by 30%. We've not been affected. While I have watched businesses close down and people who didn't have jobs to go back to, there's a part of me that almost feels guilty that I was positioned and aligned so perfectly for a time such as this. And so that is one thing that I have learned through my career in Mary Kay, that they are so well ahead of their times that we're just always prepared for whatever comes our way. And so, yeah, 30% increase in my area when all other business were just closing down. Brick and mortars were shut down, malls were closed, hair salons, nail salons, you know the story. And so, anyway, we had more productivity and increase in productivity than we had in my entire 30 years. And so, just to tell you a little bit about me, when Mary Kay found me 30 years ago, I was very young. We'll just go with that. I was very young, and I had given birth to two small children. I was in the legal field. I was a legal assistant, and I went to work every day and dropped off my two little ones to daycare, and I hated it. I hated leaving them every single day. And so I was leaving them every day, and I was still broke. And I learned too, I was not only broke, but I was also broken. Physically, mentally, spiritually. I just knew that there was more. And I would lay in bed at night and just weep and think there has got to be more to life than what I'm experiencing. And I'm just like crying out to God to, show me what that is. I'm listening. And I have to tell you, there was many times that someone had introduced Mary Kay to me. Maybe someone has to you too. In fact, if they have, I'm hoping that you consider it an honor, because we teach people what qualities to look for in a beauty consultant: somebody with integrity, somebody with grit, somebody that's positive, somebody that has been a success at something. You could be an incredible waitress, but somebody that's just got it together. And sometimes you've got it together only on the outside. Sometimes we feel like everything's crazy and chaos on the inside. But we teach people what to look for. And so if you're watching this, somebody probably sees something in you. So I hope that you see that as an honor that someone asked you to even take the time to listen to this today. But anyway, I was tired. I was overwhelmed. I was broke. And I was taking my babies and dropping them off at daycare every single day to go to a job that I liked. I didn't hate it. I liked it. But I hated leaving my kids. I didn't want someone else to raise them. And so in the midst of that, I decided that I was going to find something more. I was going to find a way to earn more money. And I don't know if you are familiar with Dave Ramsey, financial guru. He always says that every individual needs two fluid avenues of income. And Dave was just becoming really popular at this time, and he was talking about direct sales. And so I started checking into it, and I knew that someone had offered me the Mary Kay opportunity 3 or 4 or maybe even 100 times, and I was not even willing to entertain the idea. I was just a little too special, is what I thought. And I had never sold anything in my life, and so I thought, no, no, not me, not me. And so anyway, one day I was sad enough, I was broke enough, and emotional enough. I thought, okay, I'm just going to listen. I'm going to hear more about this opportunity and what Mary Kay has. And so I decided to give it a shot. After I heard the opportunity, I heard the amount of money that you could make, I thought, I would just be crazy not to at least give it a shot. And I have to be honest with you, I knew a couple of people who had tried Mary Kay, and they had not been successful. And I thought they were pretty cool people. And so I thought, if they couldn't do it, why in the world would I think that I could? So anyway, I did what most girls do. I called my mom, and she says, you know, why would you base what could be your success story on what someone else's failure story was? You don't know what they were or were not willing to do. And if you felt the nudge to give this a shot, then you'd be letting yourself down if you don't at least try. And so I committed to myself, and I committed to the consultant who encouraged me 1 year. 1 year. I'm going to give this 1 year and see what happens. And so at the end of 1 year, you guys, I can't even tell you the personal growth that had taken place. I had more confidence. I had more self-esteem, and, yada, yada. You hear that and you're like, yeah. No, I'm serious. Like, I didn't like myself. And growing up with ADD, back in my generation, like a long time ago, they just thought we were stupid. They thought we weren't trying, and ADD was undiagnosed. And so I had really been deflated all my life and just felt like that I was not capable of much and should just accept whatever was handed to me. But when I came into Mary Kay, I had women who were encouraging me, women who were empowering me, women who were telling me that I could do more and that they believed in me. And I had never worked at a job where anything like that was even remotely close. And so I found myself believing in myself and trying more. And at the end of my first year, you guys, I won my very first free car. And there's nothing like driving to a dealership and picking up a car and just driving away with no car payment. It was like the most exhilarating feeling ever. And so Mary Kay, the company, just encompasses so many amazing values. God first, family second, career third. And they really encourage you to do that. I've had 3 heart surgeries and 2 battles with cancer. And every single time that I was sick, Mary Kay would call me and they'd go, nothing's more important than you. You take care of you. But I can promise you, if I was in a corporate job, someone would have been vying to get my job. They would have been waiting for the time to be up that I couldn't come back to work so that they could take my position. But because I had built a business, I own my own business. And that's what it is. When you come into this business, you have the tax benefits of owning your own business. You have the freedom and flexibility. And so you do have to ask yourself, will you work if you don't have to punch a time clock? Will you work for you? Will you be the best boss you ever had? Well, I was kind of a stinky boss at first. I played around too much. However, great things were happening, and I was not even putting that much effort into it. And one day I woke up and I thought, gosh, what would happen if you really, really put everything you had into this? And so I'm so glad that when I went to my mom and I said, I don't know. I've had a couple of people who tried this and they weren't real happy with it, and I'm not sure if I should try. And she said, make your own story. Don't listen to anybody else. Make your own story. And that was probably the best advice I've ever been given. And I would encourage you to take that same advice. If you're looking for something more, and you may not be, you may simply be listening to this to help encourage a beauty consultant so that she can win a prize. That just may be the only reason you're listening, so that you're in her support group, you're in her amen corner, you're a brand ambassador for her, to cheer her on, her biggest cheerleader. That's okay, because she needs that too. Because women's self-esteem is really low most of the time. And we need women in our corner who are cheering us on and helping us. And so I want you to know, in that first year, I won my very first free car. I can't even tell you the mountains of good that did for me. how much it encouraged me to go to a dealership and drive off in a free car. And I have to tell you, the first thing that everybody asks you when you get into Mary Kay is, so do you have a pink Cadillac? And you're like, seriously? Like, yeah, you sign up. It's, it's $100 to sign up. Right now it's actually only $30. But for me, it was $100. And people would say, so do you have a free Cadillac? And I'm like, and not yet. It's in the making, but not yet. And I have to tell you, at that point, even though I'd won my first free car, I never dreamed that I would have what it would ever take to earn the use of a pink Cadillac. In fact, initially I was actually even kind of embarrassed at the thought. But now I have earned over 18 free cars and 16 pink Cadillacs. I have 3 boys now. When I first started, my kids were 6 months and 2.5 years old. I've always been a work from home mom. I love freedom and flexibility. I love being at home with my family. And in the course of this pandemic, I have to tell you, while so many people's lives changed, I look around feeling guilty sometimes because my life just didn't really change that much. I was still working from home and life was still the same. I just had to learn to work online. I had to learn to work virtually, and past 40, and I am, you have to, these young kids, you can hand a 4-year-old a cell phone and they know how to work it better than you do. And so I had some learning curves. I had some things I had to learn. And I was a little concerned that I wouldn't be able to sell product without people trying it first. But do you know that QVC sells over $70 million a day to people who've never tried anything? And we have a 100% satisfaction guarantee. And so I just want to tell you how thankful I am that I tried. And I don't know if you've been sitting around your kitchen table lately paying bills and you thought, man, I just wish I had more. I don't know if you had friends that were going on vacation and you couldn't go because you didn't have enough money. Or I don't know if there's a giant inside of you that just really wants to be released and you want more in your life. Mary Kay may or may not be for you. There's no way to know. There's no way to tell. There's all sorts of objections that people have. They're like, I don't know enough people. Girl, there's people everywhere. And everybody I know is in Mary Kay. I started this business and I didn't know anyone. I was from Georgia, living in Ohio. And now every single one of my friends are in Mary Kay. But I meet someone every single day that I didn't know yesterday. And my business continues to grow. My 3rd year into Mary Kay, I was making 6 digits. I allowed my husband to quit a job in a family business that was not paying him very much. And he got to co-parent with me. And we got to raise our kids the way we wanted to, again, with freedom and flexibility. And so we make the highest paid commissions in direct sales. We make over 50%. And we have a essential business. Like a lot of businesses were closed down. We weren't. We started making hand sanitizers and we were still able to take care of our customers. So we make 50%, highest paid commissions in direct sales. And then we have commissions that Mary Kay personally pays us if we have a team. Now I want you to know that we are not a pyramid. There's no such thing. Actually, they're illegal. But we're a dual marketing company. I buy my product from the company for $1 and I sell it to my customer for $2. I make 50%. There's no way you can lose money doing that. And then we have team building commissions that we make, anywhere from 4 to 13% commission off of anybody that joins our team. And Mary Kay pays that commission to you, not the new beauty consultant or the seasoned one. All the commissions come from Mary Kay. And then we have a car program. What would it look like if you didn't have a car payment and insurance anymore? What would it look like for your family if you could give that up and have a free car with Mary Kay? Once we earn a car, we go back into qualifications every 2 years and can re-earn a new car. And that's how, after 30 years of Mary Kay, I've had the use of 18 free cars. I have had the ability to go all over the world, 5-star, all expense paid, all compliments in Mary Kay. I've traveled all over with my husband, trips we've paid for, but it doesn't even come close. It doesn't compare to what Mary Kay does for us. 5-star, on the beach, the best of the best, all expenses paid, giving you cash and prizes like Maui Jim sunglasses. We each got a pair on this last trip we went on. Like, they spoil us rotten. So I just want to ask you, how is your life currently? And what's your life going to be like 5 years from now if nothing has changed? But how could it be different if you said yes to this just to give it a shot and see what would happen? And so, at the time of this recording, Mary Kay has a special deal because of COVID. You can come in for $30. $30. And you get a website for 1 year. a spectacular website. You ever checked into the cost of a website? You get a website for $30, and you also get the ability through ProPay to be able to accept credit cards. So that's about a $70 savings if you choose to do that. Or you can start for $100. For $100, you get a starter kit filled with product. It's over $400 worth of product for the $100. Or, last option, you can do the $130, which encompasses both. You get the $400 of the free product, and you get the website and the ProPay. It's an incredible deal. And so, ask yourself, what would hold you back? Like, what objection do you have? Tell your beauty consultant, if I were to ever try this, why would I? But if I wouldn't try it, why wouldn't I? Like, is there a fear and objection? Like, there's only one objection that I couldn't overcome for you, and that is simply that you are so happy with your life, you have all the money you need, and you have absolutely no desire. If that's you, that's awesome, not a problem. Service your consultant. Let her take care of you. Let her provide products to you. Why would you go to a department store and be served by a department store that doesn't give back? Do you know that Mary Kay gives millions of dollars to cancers that affect women and to domestic violence? And so, if for no other reason, you want to support Mary Kay and your consultant because all of the reasons that Mary Kay gives back. So, I'm really excited to hear what your decision would be. Do you want to be a beauty consultant and give this a shot? And so I tell everybody, A, B, C. Tell your beauty consultant A, B, or C. A is, absolutely, I am ready to do this. And B is, buy me a coffee and let's talk about it some more. I have some questions I need answered. And C is, I'd just like to remain a customer. Whichever those three are, we want you to know how much we appreciate you and how much we love the opportunity to share the opportunity, because I just really feel like that Mary Kay stands out from any other company, and especially in a time like this. I really believe that, as women, that we don't need makeup or great skincare either to be beautiful. I really believe that women are beautiful and that women are valuable with or without it. But I do believe in our Mary Kay products, and I do believe that they enhance a woman's beauty and the confidence that she already has, and it just helps her to shine more beautifully. We believe in community, we believe in connectedness, and that women are better together. And I think that that is why the Mary Kay community thrives. It is a family. It is such an incredible family. And there's such a rise right now in loneliness and anxiety and depression. And so we want to create relationships and experiences where women celebrate one another. Wouldn't you agree that we need more of that? So, thanks again for tuning in. And let your consultant know. Text her right now. A, B, or C. A, absolutely, I want to do this with you. B, buy me a coffee and tell me some more. Or C, I just really want to remain a consultant. Or a customer, excuse me. I just want to remain a customer. So, anyway, have a blessed day. Thanks again for tuning in. And let us know if you have any questions. We would love to be able to have further conversation and answer anything that you might have. God bless and have a beautiful day.